I heard my husband talking to our daughter, and now I'm crying. What he said made me realize I'd been completely wrong about our marriage. 6 months ago, Jake, my husband of 10 years, started acting weird. Not he's hiding a second family weird, just off. He'd space out mid-conversation, like his brain was buffering, and he suddenly got obsessed with our finances, constantly checking our bank account, comparing life insurance policies, asking about my work benefits. Why are you suddenly so worried about money? I asked one night. Just want to make sure we're prepared for anything, he said, vague, suspicious. When I pressed him, he changed the subject or mumbled something about being responsible. Then came the doctor appointments. Suddenly he insisted on coming to every checkup, even the boring ones I'd handled solo for years. You don't need to take off work for my physical, I told him. I want to be there, he said, firm. At the appointments, he asked oddly specific questions. What are early warning signs? How fast can things progress? What's the treatment protocol? I started getting scared. And then, one night, I caught him at 2 a.m. researching oncologists. I panicked. Jake, what the hell are you doing? He slammed his laptop shut. It's nothing. That's not nothing. Are you sick? Am I sick? What aren't you telling me? He just stared at me with this sad, exhausted look. I can't talk about this. Not yet. And that's when my brain did the dumb thing. I assumed he was cheating. The distance, the weird lies, the secrecy, the sudden concern about my benefits. I was sure there was someone else. So 3 weeks ago, I straight up asked him, if you're cheating, just tell me. I can't do this anymore. He looked stunned, like I'd slapped him. Cheating? Sarah, what is going on with you? I would never. He just shook his head. I can't. Not yet. Fast forward to last Tuesday. I came home from work and found Jake at the kitchen table, head in his hands, crying. And I mean full body sobs. I'd seen this man cry twice in a decade. My dad called, he said without looking up. His dad had been battling cancer for 8 months. We'd visited a few times. Jake always acted like it was under control, but now he's not going to make it to Christmas. That's when it all came out. Jake had known it was bad. He'd been quietly talking to his dad's doctors, learning about treatments, end-of-life care, genetic markers, the financial research, the appointments, the insurance obsession. It wasn't about us. It was about him and his fear of becoming his dad. There's a 40% chance I'll develop the same cancer, he said. I didn't want to scare you. I needed to be prepared. While I'd been spiraling over trust issues, my husband had been quietly preparing for how to protect me if he died. I felt like the worst partner on earth. Why didn't you just tell me? I asked. He wiped his face. Because you've had enough to worry about. With work, with the miscarriages, with everything. I didn't want to dump this on you too. Jake's dad passed away last week. At the funeral, I watched my husband say goodbye to the man who raised him, and I finally understood the weight he'd been carrying alone. That night, I found Jake standing in our daughter's nursery, the one we'd set up 2 years ago, back when we were still trying. We stopped after 3 miscarriages. It was too hard. He was staring at the empty crib. I keep thinking about all the things my dad won't see, he said. Grandkids, holidays, getting old. I stood beside him, holding his hand, and then he said something I'll never forget. I want to have kids with you, but I'm terrified I'll leave them the way my dad just left me. I love you too much to make you a widow. I broke, right there in the nursery. All this time I thought he was pulling away, but really he was just trying to protect me from the fear he didn't know how to carry himself. We've started trying again, slowly, carefully. Jake's in therapy now, so am I. If he gets sick, we'll face it together, but we're done letting fear rob us of the future we still want. Because sometimes love isn't loud, it's not grand gestures or long speeches. Sometimes love looks like a man secretly learning about hospice care in the dark at 2 a.m. Sometimes love is carrying the fear alone until you're strong enough to share it. Jake taught me that fear and love aren't opposites. Sometimes they're the same thing.